After making the playoffs for 2 years in a row, for the first time since 2011, the Reds will be sitting at home during the month of October. Ask any Cincinnati Reds fan and they will tell you that this year was a massive disappointment. Where did it all go wrong? And is there any reason for Reds country to have faith in the Reds and look forward to opening day 2015? I'll try to answer all that and more in Reds Recap 2014. One reason the Reds are not playing October baseball is due to the amount of injuries they had over the course of the season. They should have changed their name from the Red Legs to the Red Cross because it was brutal watching this team go out and get hurt so often. Homer Bailey, Matt Latos, Brandon Phillips, Jay Bruce, Joey Votto, Devin Mesoraco, among others, all missed time during the season due to injury. Votto, for example, had been hurt since July, and he never even got back on the field for the rest of the season. Now, I'm not saying that injuries were the only reason why the Reds did not make the playoffs. It's just a big factor as to why they will be sitting at home during the postseason. Another reason for the Reds' horrible season has got to be the lackluster pitching from the bullpen. If you saw my bullpen blues video back in May, then you know that this bullpen struggled very early in the season, and the struggles continued throughout the course of the year. What was once considered a strength of this team in 2012 and 2013 became a liability in 2014. Every time a starting pitcher left the game, Reds country had to hold their breath, as they were not sure if a relief pitcher would come in and blow the game for the Reds. Now, there were a lot of pitchers in the Reds bullpen who had just plain awful years. Logan Ondrusek, Sean Marshall, and the most well-known of the bunch, J.J. Hoover. Hoover, perhaps, is the best example of how bad this bullpen was. If you look at his record, he had 1 win and 10 losses. Every time he came in, you had to pray to God that he would not blow this thing wide open. Unfortunately though, 9 times out of 10, he did. Look at the early series with the Mets and the series with the Rockies, and you can understand why Hoover is perhaps the most hated bullpen pitcher in Cincinnati. Now, I'm not just bashing on J.J. Hoover. He was not the only pitcher who pitched pretty bad this year. If you look at the Reds' bullpen stats for 2014, then you will definitely find other pitchers who struggled this season as well. One of the more obvious reasons why this team is not playing October baseball is a lack of production they had in the lineup. Throughout the season, it felt like the Reds were struggling mightily just to get 1 run across the plate. Now, there were some games in which the Reds bats were able to wake up, and they were able to drive in runs pretty easily. But for the most part, that was pretty spotty, and the production of this team was poor. Bruce, for example, while streaky, was one of the team's main RBI guys last season, but he had a very, very bad season swinging the bat. Also, Cozart's struggles from seasons past at the plate has seemed to carry over into 2014, and he did not produce well at all. The only exceptions this year for the Reds were Devin Mesoraco and Todd Frazier. They were able to drive in runs pretty consistently, but aside from them, the Reds did not really have another big bat in their lineup. However, there were a few bright spots during the season. Billy Hamilton had a great rookie year, and things looked bright for his Reds future. Also, Todd Frazier appeared to emerge as one of the leaders of the clubhouse. Mesoraco also had a breakout year, and Chapman was able to bounce back after taking that ball to the face in that horrifying spring training accident. Also, Jumbo Diaz is one of the bright spots in the bullpen, and Alfredo Simon had a pretty good year transitioning from the bullpen to the starting rotation despite his struggles in the second half of the season. Also, Johnny Cueto had a phenomenal year, as he got 20 wins and proved why he is the ace of the Reds pitching staff. Now, during the offseason, there will no doubt be some big shakeups in the Reds organization. For example, there is no way they will be able to keep all 5 pitchers in their starting rotation after the 2015 season. With that being said, it is possible that one of these pitchers, perhaps Latos, could be traded during the offseason in favor of a big bat. Preferably, that bat would be able to play left field, as I think Ryan Ludwig's time in Cincinnati is over. In my opinion, they also need to consider parting ways with one Mr. J.J. Hoover, or at the very least, leave him in the minor leagues for the 2015 season. Aside from the Hoover dilemma, they also need to get some pitchers who can help strengthen up that bullpen and make it reliable like it was in 2012 and in 2013. I think they should also consider adding a shortstop to their lineup who can bat. While Cozart does struggle at the plate, his defense is second to none as a shortstop. Unfortunately, his spot in the lineup is a gaping hole in the Reds' production. I think if they can't find another shortstop out there who can bat as well as play pretty good defense, then they should consider making Christopher Negron the starting shortstop. During his limited time this season, he played pretty well, and he has proven that he has some pop in his bat. So with the Redlegs having finished playing baseball for the year of 2014, we could summarize this season as a disappointment. And that disappointment can be attributed to some of the reasons I mentioned earlier. However, the last time the Reds had a losing season in 2011, they bounced back the following year and captured the NL Central crown. So for now, all we can do is watch the Bengals and look forward to opening day 2015. And hopefully it is the first day of the Reds World Series championship season.